Right, just so you know what I'm doing, I'm making a Easter wreath for my front door. I know it's not Easter yet, but I'm just sort of playing around with things at the moment. So these are little polystyrene eggs, and I'm literally just glue gunning them on. Ta-da! Lights, camera, action. Poppy and I have sent off for this RSPB bird thing, where you can find out how to help birds in your garden. We've been waiting to open it for ages, haven't we? It's probably came about 3 weeks ago. So let's see what's involved. The envelope looks like that, if you're wondering, and it's free to ask for the kit. Right, which birds can you see? So they've given us a sheet, and what you have to do with birds on the front and the back is do a tally chart, I guess, on how many times you see them in your garden.
You draw it.
Like fibbing pigeons, loads.
What pigeon though?
Yeah, it is a wood pigeon. We get loads of blackbirds as well, house sparrows. So
actually quite a few robins as well.
You fill it out and then send it back to them. They've got like a free paid envelope, so we've got that one to do. So I guess the best place is to keep it in the conservatory. What was it?
Pigeon.
Oh, we get loads of them. But yeah, we'll keep it in the conservatory on my craft table, and just whenever we see one, we mark a thing against it. Get ready for the big bird watch. 20% off your advert. What's this one? Get creative. How to make bird cakes.
Oh, bird cake.
Mix lard, bird seed. Yeah, you see, we can't do this, and I'll tell you for why. We used to have fat balls in the garden. There's 2 wood pigeons up there. We used to have fat balls in the garden all the time, and the birds just went crazy for them, didn't they? But then Evie decided to eat the seeds and the stuff off the floor and make herself ill. So now we can't feed the birds anymore. We have 2 bird baths though. I do mine for my feathered friends. Make your garden bird friendly. Top tips. There's a couple of key things to consider when choosing, hang on a minute, plants that aid birds. One is housing, nesting, so you need cover from hedges, shrubs or trees, which we've got shrubs and hedges and things. It's also good to make sure there are plenty of berries for food in the winter. Hollies and hawthorn are great. Hawthorn makes a really good hedge. We haven't really got the size garden to put big hedges in, have we? So when choosing plants, aim to grow those that produce berries and seeds and have lots of open flowers full of nectar and pollen that will attract bees and other insects, which I do have. The more plants you grow, the better. Certainly in spring, when birds are producing their young, anything that attracts insects is good, as they are a staple diet for birds. So thinking about the insects, once we built a bug hotel, didn't we? With logs, twigs, old leaves, broken bits of pot. Those 2 pigeons are still over there. Put the kettle on, cozy up a cup of tea, just staring out the window, seeing what comes to visit. When you do the big garden bird watch, you feel like you're in a bubble. There's nothing else, just you and the wildlife. See, I love doing that. I love sitting in the conservatory just watching outside. But we get, like I say, so many pigeons. I don't want to watch pigeons. I want to watch other nice birds. Choose an hour during 26th to the 28th of January. Watch the birds in your garden or local park. Only count the birds that land in your garden or park, not those flying over. Oh, the ones that land in your garden. The same birds may land more than once. To avoid counting them twice, record the highest number of each bird species you see at any one time. So if you want to do it, it's the RSPB. Just go on their website and apply for it, and they just send it in the post, and then you can do it and keep track of what wildlife you've got in your garden. Yeah, it's free. Look who it is! It's Maisie's come to see us, haven't you? Hey? Evie's not impressed. Are you impressed, Eve? You got your friend with you? Great, she said. What you got? You gonna play? Look, What's this? Ah. No. Gonna play with it? Ready?
Go, go.
Doing. Is that it? Eve. Poppy's got food, so Maisie's saying, hang on, I want a bit of that. Don't you? You come to play today? I did tell you, Eve. I told you that Maisie was coming, didn't I? Good afternoon. It's Sunday. And I'm really cold. Just put the heating on, actually. I was going to show you the conservatory finish, but I got washing on the radiator. So I think that can wait for a bit, because it doesn't look the best with washing there. So far today, we have sorted the garage out. Desperately needed doing. And Mark went to the tip, and then I rested. And I've also been making some new coasters. I'll show you the ones I've made. So there's these ones, and then these ones. So I'm really pleased with them because every one is different, you see. When you sort of swell the nail polish. I have shown you how I've done them before, but you literally get whatever nail polish you want, drip it in tepid water, swish it around a little bit, not too much because it sticks to the stick, and then dunk the tile in. Then you let it dry for 24 hours, and then I finish them with my Plasticoat clear sealer, the gloss one. I'm just about to do another coat now, and then I back them with some quite thick felt, so that they'll have a back on them. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with those. They're quite pretty. Holly's coming back from Carter's, and tomorrow, because it's half term next week, so tomorrow I'm going to go into Braintree with Poppy. We've got to get just a couple of bits, and it's also my dad's birthday on the 19th, so tomorrow night I'm cooking a dinner for him and Mum, so they're coming over for that. I will say that this week I'm going to my sister's, and I'm going with the girls. We go Wednesday, we come back Thursday, and I can't film that because my sister doesn't like to be filmed, and she doesn't like the children to be filmed, so that's fair enough. I respect her wishes, which means I will try and film more of the other days that we do stuff. Good afternoon. It is Monday. It's Monday today, and Poppy and I have just come back from town. We went to town for a few bits, and poor Pops had to push me in the wheelchair, which isn't the best job, but it was the only way I was going to get about, because last night, well, I just felt awful. I'm sort of on the second day of my flare, and although the pain is okay at the moment, it was more of the feeling, a bit of feeling ill, and I just felt so terrible, and I just laid in bed at Harper State last night crying. And I said to Mark, you know, I feel sorry for him, because he's married someone that has developed this illness, and it's not much fun. It can't be much fun living with someone that has to keep going to bed early and is in pain all the time. And obviously he told me I was being silly, but it's just how I feel. I feel sorry for him, you know. But anyway, so yeah, and that's why I had to go in the wheelchair today. But we had to go into town because I had to get my dad's birthday cards, because as I said, he's coming round for dinner tonight. We also found this brilliant sweet shop, and it was just like a pop-up sweet shop, and it had these little mini pizza sweets. So because I was doing a pack for I've got one niece called Naya, and I've got two nephews, Ethan and Kai. So I was literally just going to do a pack for each of them, because I don't see them very much, so I like to get them some bits. So I've got let's sort this out. Got this squishy little cap thing that was in the sale in the works for £2. Some springtime Haribo and a pizza, that's for Naya. And then for Ethan I got this brain blasted gum, God knows what that's like, with these little fruit sweets, springtime and a pizza. And then for Kai, who's older, I got some Haribo, some chocolate and a little pizza. So I was quite pleased with that, really. And then I went to Savers because I had to get some bits from there. And I'm going to try this 1001 Carpet Fresh. This one is fresh linen and white flowers. So I think what you do, quick dry and fine foam, so no need to vacuum. Oh, so you just spray it straight on. Oh, okay. I'm going to give that a go. I'm going to do it in the lounge and see if it makes the lounge smell nice. That was on a Mrs. Hinch, because I follow Mrs. Hinch on Instagram, and as many people do. And I saw the 1001 on there, so I thought, right, I'm going to try that. So I got that from Savers. I got me Zoo Flora, I got Linen Fresh and Country Garden. And then I love these, I don't know if anyone else uses these Ambi Pure 3 thingies. So these are the refills. I kind of have them all over my house because I love them. Got some fairy liquid, got another, I've got one of these in the hall, so I've got a refill for that, some plasters. So it's just bits and pieces really, nothing exciting, but Poppy and I had some lunch in Greg's, which was really nice. Only thing unfortunate there is they don't do anything gluten-free, so I have to have gluten in there, but as I say, if I have gluten I try to limit how much I have on other times. So yeah, let me take you and show you the finished, well, nearly finished conservatory. Let me put the lights on actually. Rewind. Now, don't judge me, I got the wrong colour bulbs. I didn't know you could get a coloured light bulb, and one was daylight and one was warm white, so I've got to change one of the bulbs. But other than that, it's done. Ta-da! Yeah, see the colour difference in my bulbs? This one, I guess, is like more of a, that's the warm white, I guess. So that's all the pictures. I put those 3 up. And that, I think, is the daylight, which I actually prefer that one, but we couldn't find the other bulb to that. So yeah, I love those. And the radiator's back on as well. So I made some more coasters as well yesterday. These ones, they're just drying because I sprayed them this morning with the finishing spray. So I'm going to back them later with the ones that I showed you yesterday. And then I've got to set the table and peel some spuds. I've got a little dog I can see. Can you spy Evie anywhere? Can you spy her? Where's Evie? There she is. You got your bone. Eve, I got your bone. Yeah, she loves being under places because that's her crate where she sleeps, and she loves being in any little places. Right, let's do some more gravy. I better build some more water. It's a bit crazy. Bit dishing up dinner for Dad's birthday. There they all are. Say hello to the vlog. Hello. Yeah. Oh. Is that close enough?
Not to me.
See your dandruff?
Went a few close up.
Oh, lovely.
Did I?
Oh, sit down, I want to eat.
This is
No. Get ready. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dad. Happy birthday to you. Look at the dog's face. Dog's like, for God's sake. Hey! It's, what day is it? Wednesday? Tuesday? Tuesday, innit? Oh my God. It's a bit muddy. We're We're going to the cinema to watch, what is it called? Instant Family. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. A bit tired. I was awake every hour last night. Girls on the vlog. Here we are. Probably can't see us. Can we see you? Oh yeah, I can see you too.
I'm going to try one.
Nice. Ollie's cherry and Poppy's raspberry slushies. What are you trying? Malteser.
Buttons.
I've got a sandwich.
Not stink the place.
Probably. Well, it could have been worse. Could have had tuna, couldn't I? But I was good and had. Oh, I'll have one of them. Thanks. Quite nice. CBD oil. Not doing anything whatsoever, but there we go.
And everybody around, including the people taking part, but importantly, the people watching are just hugely impressed and awestruck, literally, with the amazing.
Hello, it's guess what day it is? I've not filmed for 2 days, so what day could it be? It's Friday, 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 oh, it's Friday, 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 oh. Hope you're singing along. So I thought I'd film and say hi, even though I've not got any makeup on yet and I look a bit of a mess, because I haven't filmed for the last 2 days, as I just said. I went to my sister's and that was very nice. It was a long journey. Hence why this week's Fibro section is going to be about travelling with fibromyalgia. But not yet. So you have to keep watching. I'm just about to have my breakfast. It's 10:39 and the girls have just gone out with their nan and granddad bowling and for lunch today. I have got to have my nails off because you know I said last week's vlog I was going to have my nails off. Well, I sort of delayed it because I thought, well, if I have all my nails off a week before they need to be off, they're going to be really like paper. So I'm having them done today instead. Because Monday I have to have my wisdom tooth out, which I'm not looking forward to, under sedation. So I think they've got to cut the gum and stitch it. Yeah. Face put on, ready for the fibro section. And I'm going to have to do it one-handed because I'm holding the tripod with the other one. So ready, bling, 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 fibro section. So as I said, it's going to be on travelling with fibromyalgia. So, anything, as I've said, with fibro can set off a flare. Anything can cause pain. Anything can cause fatigue. So, travelling, as you can imagine, does that too. If you sit down for too long, especially in one spot, that causes pain. If you stand up for too long, the same. So if you travel a long way, what I recommend is to have breaks, like stop off, stretch, you know, do some stretches in the car park or at the side of the road or something, but do stretches. Did I do that on the way to my sister's? No. But I was driving and it is hard, and by the time I got there I felt like I'd been hit by 10 buses. So travelling is a hard thing to do, and driving for me is hard to do too. I can't usually drive after 4 p.m. because that's my cut-off time when I start to go downhill, and my vision's bad too, so I wouldn't put anyone at risk by driving sort of after 4, which is why our parents are very good helping with the kids' clubs, and Mark has to try and get back to pick up and all that sort of thing. But it also applies to if you're like flying in a plane. So I have flown once, I believe, since I was diagnosed, and we went to Mallorca. We were really worried about it because obviously this is the first time we've been abroad since I've had the illness. It was, we asked for special assistance because I use a wheelchair when I'm out because I can't walk very far at all. So what they do is you go to a different route really, and then they put the wheelchairs in this, like, I don't know what it's called, but it's like on a ramp thing, and then they put you into the airplane first. So you go into the airplane first and get sorted. But the downside of it is then when you land, you got to wait for everyone to get off, and you're last off. And people do faff around, trust me. We're sitting there thinking, come on. So then you have to go back on the ramp, and you're only allowed one person with you as well. So Mark went with Poppy and Holly came with me, but that was fine. It was more sitting on the aeroplane. Now, that journey was only a couple of hours, so it was hardly anything. But say, for example, if we ever wanted to go back to Florida, that's, I reckon, almost 10 hours. We've done over 10 hours before, like if we've had to divert somewhere or whatever, or we had turbulence or what, you know. And 10 hours of sitting down, I mean, whenever I've flown to Florida before, I have suffered because of my IBS, because sitting for any amount of time hurts my tummy. So I've always suffered, like, when we've gone there and when we've come back, but I suffer it because I love the holiday. And again, if someone said to me tomorrow, you know, here's 10 grand, go back to Florida, of course I would, because I love it. I love all of it. But, there's a big but, it's the sitting, you know, the sitting down and still, and you can just keep moving yourself around a bit, and like getting up and going to the loo and that sort of thing, but it's just, and it's the stress of it, stress of travelling as well. So travel is it's a massive thing when you've got fibro. I'm not saying 10 minutes up the road, I'm not saying that, I'm saying long distance travelling. So, you know, going on holiday, going somewhere that's more than, say, half an hour away, that's when it's difficult. So yeah, I recommend having breaks and stretching and sorts of things like that. That's what I do if it's a long way. But on a plane, you're a bit restricted, aren't you? So the only thing you can do, like I say, is get up and go to the loo, walk about. But that's really hard because they keep coming up the aisles with all the drinks and the food and stuff, don't they, and clearing up. So it's not always possible. You could we always pay for extra leg room. Not that you get loads more, but it's just a little bit more than you normally get, so that you can try and stretch your legs out a little bit. We're going on holiday in spring. We're going to Yarmouth for a week with the family, and I'm so looking forward to it. I really am. That's about 2-hour journey to Yarmouth, so I don't know if we're going to stop or not. It just depends how I am. Well, you don't usually, let's put it that way. For 2 hours, we usually just go straight there. But again, when I get there, you know, all I want to do is unpack, and I can't because I feel so ill. So it's allowing yourself time to, right, have a stretch, have a bit of a rest, and then think about putting some stuff away. And Mark usually takes the girls to somewhere, and, you know, so I can have a rest. So it does work out, but it's just hard. It's a hard thing to do. And like now, we have been put off going abroad. Like I say, if someone gave me the money and said, there I go, I'd go. But it's not just money. It's the fact that it's so hard to do when you've got this illness, or any illness, to travel. But don't let it stop you going places, is what I would say. Never let anything stop you, because I love going on holiday. I love seeing different places and soaking it all up. I was taught by my counsellor that when your body tingles, you know, when you get, like, say you listen to a singer or something and you get goosebumps and your body tingles, that is a release of emotion. So if you ever have that, you can just shut your eyes and think, oh, that's a really good release of my emotion. What emotion was that? And you can usually tap into what emotion it was. And it's the same if you're out and you're feeling the sun and you get all tingly and you think, it's a happiness emotion, and it's just your body's way of releasing that emotion. So there we go. That's something I bet you didn't know. Well, you might have done, but I'm telling you anyway. It's later on Friday. I've had my nails off. I don't know if you can see that in the sun. All gone. Ready for Monday. And now, oh hello Gins. Hello Gingins. What you doing then? Hey? What you doing, Toffs? Running around. You've eaten all your pellets again. Ugh. Right, what I was going to say is I'm just going to do my hanging basket because I've just bought some flowers from Tesco's to jazz it up a bit. Oh my god, there's pots galore in here. Cleaning my mirrors in the garden because they get filthy over the winter. But it's a good tip if you like gardening to put mirrors in there because it adds like a new dimension really to your garden. If you can get them dry again. So how many people does it take to fix a hose?
Both your hoses are broken.
Why are they my hoses?
Because it's your house, not hoses.
It's not your house.
Well, you never said it's my house.
Alright, it's not your house.
Sorry, Poppy?
The story is, Poppy's washing the cars. She needs the hose to rinse it off. Hose doesn't reach. So they put the other one on. That hose is broken. Eve, what do you think? Hey? Let's go and see what's happening out this end. So what's happening this end? You're going to have to use some buckets to chuck over it. Yeah, Evie's in here. Just get some clean water pops. Well, you got Carter onto it now.
Yeah, because I can't reach.
Sake.
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
That was really satisfying.
How was that satisfying? Watch out. This means trouble.